So if you're putting your car or bike out from a period of time, the best thing to do, take the carb off.
The best thing to do is run it out of fuel completely before you put it away.
Yeah, but if you don't, because no one does, do they?
No. Yeah, I mean, try it. Sometimes you can put fresh petrol in, keep running it.
And that will clear it through?
It can do. It can do, yeah, but on the other hand, it might not.
So obviously this is a Beetle, but what year is it?
1970 or 71. It's a 1 year only thing with that padded dashboard. Normally they're metal dashes.
Okay. And your diagnosis of it not running right, you think could be a carburetor problem?
Yeah, I mean, we tuned it up as per they say to tune it up, but it still doesn't like it. So it's either an air leak, or it's more than likely crap in the carburetor, to be perfectly honest with you. See all the fuel around there?
Oh yeah.
So that's... gasket probably wasn't sealing at all. That stud's loose, look. All your usual shite with these carburetors. That's loose, look. They're a load of old shit, these carbs, to be honest with you. Right, most of the fuel out of it. So that's throttle linkage.
So all carbs pretty much put together the same?
In basic terms, yeah. Yeah, in basic terms. See that on that setting there should have that throttle open 4,000, I think it said, or something like that. They need to be put in properly.
So is there something about a gasket that you find time and time again?
What it is with things like that is, obviously that is machined flat, yeah? Well, you'd hope it is. But then that's probably had carburetors on and off of it for years and years and years, so the flange on that could be bent.
Yeah.
So unless you've got a reasonable thickness of gasket to take up any discrepancies, a little flat one ain't going to do the job.
What on the carburetor itself is this? I think you see time and time.
Oh no, just dirt in them normally. Dirt, block jets. Fuel float levels wrong.
And why do you get dirt going into the carburetor?
Just, you get crap in petrol tanks over the years. Well, it's 50 years old. You know, it's same age as me.
So that could be fuel that's been sitting there for too long.
Well, yeah, it will just accumulate, and just gets dirt and rubbish in it. You know, you get water in it, you get all sorts.
And is there a particular make of gasket which is better than the others, or is it vehicle specific? Or
I mean, you get onto silly, proper head gaskets and stuff. Yeah, there's all sorts, but normally on carbs and things, just normal gasket paper. Nothing else there. Nothing else there.
What's the first thing you look for?
Dirt. Normally.
Is there a particular place you'd find dirt?
In the float bowl, in your jets, yeah. We'll put some fuel in it or something in it later and see if the accelerator pump's working, because that could be another thing. Bit of shit in there, not a lot though. Not too bad.
Is there anything you need to be careful of taking it apart?
Not really.
Just don't lose any bits?
Yeah. Been sitting a long time and see all the furring on that. That little hole at the top's blocked. That was completely blocked, so that don't help.
So it might not be one particular thing, it could be just accumulation.
Combination of all sorts, it can be, yeah. If the fuel's a little bit stale, all fuel the longer you leave it, reverts back to oil where it came from. So it'll just stick in the little tiny holes in the jets. That's what it is. You need to blow out all the passageways in the carb, you know, make sure your vacuum ports are working. But even like that wasn't done up. If that's sucking air in, you're never going to tune it. Any air, that's your worst enemy on carbs, any air coming in anywhere else. You'll remember, they're all working on little tiny passages everywhere, you know. So if you've got an air leak somewhere, that's it, game over really.
Yeah. So if you're putting your car or bike out from a period of time, the best thing to do, take the carb off.
The best thing to do is run it out of fuel completely before you put it away.
Yeah, but if you don't, because no one does, do they?
No. Yeah, I mean, try it. Sometimes you can put fresh petrol in, keep running it.
And that will clear it through?
It can do, yeah, but on the other hand, it might not. And then, you've got to take it all apart. That should basically be evaporating as we speak, but it's not, it's turned, so it probably needs, you know, filling the tank up. It's only got a little bit in it, so yeah. Fresh fuel won't do it any harm. Right, so let's blow her all out. Ain't no hole in that either. What we're doing now is I haven't got any petrol there, we'll bung some thinners in there and make sure the accelerator pump's working.
So as far as cleaning stuff, you don't clean, you just blow it out?
It's about all you're going to get out if you think a jet is blocked. But did you see me blowing that and putting my finger over the end of that air hole?
Yeah.
That, you know it's clear then. You know you can see through your jets and blow through them. So put a bit of thinners in there.
So thinners is a good thing to use?
Not really, you want petrol, but
I
haven't got any here, but this will just blow it out again, it'll be fine. This is old shit anyway. So. Right, that didn't work the first few squirts, so it makes me wonder if there was something blocked in there, because that's just...
So where are you looking?
Well, that's your accelerator pump. As you accelerate, it discharges fuel straight down into the carb. Yeah? So that gives it a boost as such. But that didn't work the first few pumps.
Okay.
So it could have been a bit of shit stuck in that. So let's blow her all out again. Which would cause you stutter on your low revs, yeah? Right, now what we want to do is build it back up on the top end, and you've got to set that screw so that when it's on its backstop you can get 4/1000ths of an inch down that hole. Oh, there's some more mixture screws there to blow out. See those 4 holes in there? Yeah,
I think so.
Air adjustment as well. Progressive air. Let's put the top back on. There's nothing there that's technical. We know our gasket's okay. No big chunks out of it. Another thing to check is make sure there's no liquid in the float. Because if you get liquid in it, obviously it's too heavy and it doesn't work properly. A little keeper. So that'll go that way to miss that. Dun dun dun.
How do you know if a gasket needs replacing?
Just eyeball it really. You know, if it's torn when you take it off, you've got to replace it. It's one of those things, you know. Okay, let's put the spring on, that'll hold the throttle. Right, so when that choke is in the fully open position, which is that's your automatic choke, here's electronic. There's a bimetallic spring in there. As it heats up, every time you rev it, it clicks it down a notch, which reduces your throttle and opens your choke butterfly. So now we want to set that. You should have 0.4 or 4 thou, I'll just double check it, of a gap down the side of that butterfly, which we haven't got, and that affects your air idle opening, which is your big screw you adjust. This sets the throttle butterfly open at the required 4/1000 of an inch, so you can use the bypass screw to set the idle speed correctly.
And this is specific for this carburetor?
Well, this is a Solex, but it's what they call a 34 PICT, and that's a copy of it, so you'd imagine it all works the same. I can't find any specs on the actual carb, so we're on our base lobe. Right, so on there it says do that up till it's just touching between that and that. So you know you're on your bottom lobe of your choke, so your choke's fully off, yeah? You bring that in. A little bit more. Alright, I'm happy with that there then. Put it back on cam. Right, so you can just pull 4 thou out of there, which is what it says it should be open to. So, hopefully, that'll make us a bit better, won't it? So let's put our jets back in. Because that, being 4 thou out, you know, here it's stumbling when we was trying to adjust that one.
Yeah.
That should alter that completely now. Mixture screw's not bent, that's good.
Why do you put grease around a mixture screw?
Well, when they've got a rubber on them like that, that's designed to stop air coming out.
Okay.
And if you don't want to tear it or rip it, so you put a little, just a tiny bit of grease around it, and as you screw it in, it will just ease it down the hole, if that makes sense. Right, we know our base setting is 2.5 turns out. Right, so that's half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5 for our base setting. Back the top back off and put the other jet back in. Never over tighten jets either. And if you're doing a top screws up on carbs, yeah, just do them up all evenly until it's seated. Because you've got it slightly out and you do one up tight and it's sitting on a jet or something, you can bend the top of the carburetor.
Yeah, I noticed you doing that on nearly everything.
Yeah, it's just
Good
practice.
for practice games,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Right, so that's that. It's cold. That's on our top notch of that, which means the choke's adjusted right. We've got 4 thou on that. Let's put our base studs back in. Tighten them up properly. One thing to always check, which I haven't done yet, is make sure that it covers all of your vacuum holes, yeah, when it's on, which it does, so that'll be okay, yeah. Because if you've got any of those holes leaking anywhere, that screws it all up as well. Right, so let's bung her back on. See, that isn't good.
So that shouldn't be rocking like that then?
Not really, no, but you should have enough on the gasket to take it out, if you know what I mean. Put our fuel shut-off valve in. Automatic choke wire on. What we'll do is just block off that vacuum for the moment.
Is that the pipe you cut?
No, that's the fuel inlet. That other one was on here. So let's pull him off of there for a minute. Block it up. Right, that should all be ready to rock and roll, so let's just start it up, let it come off choke. We can just make sure that choke butterfly is opening properly, and then we can bung the air filter back on, just make sure it's all working as it should, you know. put the air filter on, we'll try that round the block. Right. Not better, it's not right.
Next week on the workshop. So why do you remove the plugs before you start it up?
Because you want to wind the engine over to make sure you've got oil around it, and the less compression you've got the better, because it'll just flatten the battery.
Or another answer is because you do.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Like it.
Thanks for that explanation. It's very helpful.
Is that crystal?
Yeah.